Is that a picture? No, I'm not sure. Oh my God. The more I try to learn of what I've got to do, the more I think it goes in, rolls around, and goes out. Technology in me. I wonder if you get to put. This is my first video. Words to what reference the video's about. Right, well, let's get to that. God, I don't know how I'm going to stand looking at myself like this because Cass doesn't like herself. Very occasionally, I may have some self-love, but on the whole, no. Looking at that face straight away, I'd criticise it. I've cleaned my glasses slightly, so at least I can. Actually, could do it without glasses, and I can't really see my face, but I know it's there. Anyway, let's get to the point. Right, this is going to be one in a series of many to do with benzodiazepines. Diazepam in particular, I, and its effects on, excuse me.
This is a reminder. Take heart medicine of medication. This is a reminder. Take heart medicine of medication.
Alexa, okay, thank you, stop. Anyway, she helps the memory. Anyway, see, put me off now, Alexa. Thanks for that. A lot of people don't realise this. There's a government directive, countrywide, all of England. First of all, they're aiming at all the sleepers. Diazepam, Morgidons, you might not have heard of them because they've been gone a while now, and they fizzled them out. Come on, brain, you do know. It's very early here, and I've got conditions that affect me all day long, but mornings is evil, and it's, come on. Oh, excuse me, I've got a snotty nose. It's called fibro flu. You know, like a dog, and it's got a wet nose. It's a bit like that, but it's so annoying. It's not snot really. It's nothing. It's like a dog with a wet nose. Anyway, but mornings are hell. Anyway, let's get back to the point. This government directive is to remove, no matter if you got. I'm trying to think of something that you use. No way you wouldn't need diazepam. Of a condition, for example, fibromyalgia, anxiety, depression, multiple sclerosis, it infuriates me. Anyway, back to the point. So their directive is to remove everybody off them. For myself, first time I was put on benzodiazepines and strong, well, you have to be patient with words. It's like a balloon. Just wait for them to come. Fibro drives you nuts. It gives you fog. Anyway, tranquilizers. Blimey. Vowels. I hate them. Anyway, I was about 19. I did a nervous breakdown. I called it an identity crisis. They called it related to postnatal depression, and I don't know. Anyway, to be put on 30 milligram of benzodiazepine, even in them days, like, you know, meant your anxiety and depression was chronic, you know. That with the thoridazine. Anyway, it's all. I can't say the word, but men have got them, and they've got two, and they dangle. That's my quote for the day. No, I didn't actually say it, so I don't think I can be penalised for that. But I would say this is for adults, or unless you're a child on them. If you're on them newly, I'd say get off them. Slowly. Do it yourself. Slowly, slowly, slowly. Because it seems like when you're under that pressure line, which I'll go into in a minute, but anyway, let me finish about the directive. Their directive is to get everybody off all benzodiazepines, sleepers, even if the Zopiclone, which is a benzodiazepine. I can't have that for sleep. Even though I think they're pretty rubbish myself, but it's crazy. I don't know, perhaps they want to drive ill people so over the line that they hang themselves. People with chronic pain, it's really cruel. Cruel isn't the word. All of a sudden, after 50 years of prescribing to people and knowing that it's an unsafe drug, for diazepam, and you can find this out yourself, and I got this offline. If you say 10 milligram, let's say 10 milligram for 2.5 years, two plus, so no more than 2.5 years, you're 32% more likely from that, just that period, if you came off on, to in your future maybe get dementia. If you've been on it a longer time than that, which my time is roughly something like, maybe I stopped around my early 20s for a tiny, maybe about a year, maybe 2. I didn't really see that I was ever dependent at that time anyway. I could just stop them. But then again, I was messing and dabbling with other things. And when I did do that, I did not mix into the mix alcohol or medications. But that's another story for another day. Anyway, to start this off. So that's the directive. And if you've been on benzodiazepines, for example, I'll use myself as an example, and you can find out what you like, but I'm not going to quote where I found it out. You should just search the net, you'll find it in the right places. Just don't always just listen to the NHS, come on. You know, if you think everything is in, it was on the bed, or have I chucked it in the bin now? Patient information for benzodiazepines. If you think pharmaceuticals and whoever writes that for, that's enough information for them to know that that's long-term effects, or 1 in 10, 1 in 1,000 side effects, all that kind of thing. I know, birds, I'll try to come out and fill them feeders up, I really will. Oh, the pigeon's sitting on my gate, don't poo on it. Anyway, distraction mornings. The birds have ate all the food. I don't know how they go through so much, I really don't. So I find it hard to keep up. But I have had an injury, so anyway, you'll get used to that. I'll dribble off, come back, dribble off. Anyway, right. So, for myself, which is very frightening, really, when I did read it, I thought, because, one, already in my family, my mother and my auntie died. God rest their souls. Both had Alzheimer's. My mum didn't have Alzheimer's. She went straight to dementia, man. And she was gone within 6 months. But we won't go into that at the moment. But so I have a fear maybe, for genetics or hereditary and things like that. But anyway, besides that, on its own, with diazepam, I need to have one actually. God, I'm in agony. You've had a bit of what I'm off, right? You can have. Right. it's my morphine regime. It's just a start. And then it's all my heart meds, and it's like, 8 of them, 8 different pills. It's like breakfast. And then I have it with my Ensure. And, and then I can go back to sleep for an hour if I can. Why let them just all kick in? Calm my heartbeat. I don't know. Anyway, I got so many videos I'll do about all sorts of things. And hopefully they'll be helpful to you in certain ways. But there's 82, get it right, 82% more likely if you've been on them 2.5 years plus, which I'll give you an idea that mine's something like 25 years minimum, 30 milligram. I suffer with chronic pain. I have nerve damage. I have had many strokes. I've got weakness on both sides. I have fibromyalgia, chronic fatigue syndrome. It's such a list. Anyway, so I just put that under my tongue because I find like the spray for your heart, it goes into the system. It does say swallow with water, but I find, it's chalk and waiting for it to get through the stomach. Come on. I suffer with migraines. When I take them out, you want it as quickly to get to the headache as possible. Well, that's the way I see it. And it's nothing wrong with that. It's doing the same thing. It's just a different way. Anyway, I'm not telling you how to take them. That's just me. Maybe others. Anyway, what was I saying? So the 82% is a bit of a scary thing for me. But anyway, I had my mum pass away. She died April 4th, 2020. But no goodbye. She did not die of COVID. She had COPD. She had an infection. And her home at the time, they were just locking in the old and just waiting for them all to die from COVID, basically. But we'll do a video on that, believe. And I got proof because I record and I take pictures. Healthcare, palliative care. I'd rather die. If that's what you call palliative care, starvation, and no fluids. And anybody out there that works can slate that. I've seen it more now, so you can, 2, that means, so, Anyway, so, because of my mum passing away, it hit me hard, harder than I ever expected. It destroyed me, actually, broke me. So by coming into Christmas period, I didn't want to be here anymore. So, and forget the doctor's face in my bedroom. And he said, I know, I think community would be good for you. And I said, well, when you walk out the door, I'm going to cut my throat. And I meant it. So I got tucked in. But he was right. God Almighty, ward and mental health and what they do to support is ridiculous. No wonder people are killing themselves because the waiting list is ridiculous for even a phone call. And even then, Roger, you don't keep in touch, do you? Even if I waited 18 months for it. Anyway, that's the mess of the system. But back to Benzo. Anyway, so this shrink in his ultimate wisdom, when he saw me absolutely rigid, paralysed in my bed, couldn't move my own self. Or one it doesn't have bars like on my bed. See my sexy, dirty Pocahontas looking my worst today. But I'm sorting this out this weekend if it kills me. And it will maybe look the same, but clean washed, and maybe in one plait, or I might do 2 again, but I might use bubbles this time I don't know. Anyway, looks a bit grey. What's that? It's just the light. Bum. Anyway, so this guy took 5 out of my prescription like that. Ding! Take it a reducer. Luckily, I was only there about 3 days. I had to go back, re-isolated me. Once I could get out, I got out. And God, I'm so grateful to be home actually, because one, you can't smoke in there anymore. Oh my God, to do that to a person that's suffering, like, huh? They're not giving you a patch. Actually, I'll show you what they gave you. And these are the oldest things on the earth. I remember sucking on these things so hard that they kept coming in and asking me if I was smoking. The only reason I didn't jump off the bed and attack this Afro-Caribbean nurse, I kept saying to her, "Are you doing this on purpose? Are you trying to provoke me?" You know, because I don't know if they think when people feel crazy or so down that they just don't care. That even though they feel that anger and they would like to rip somebody's head off or smash their hands into someone's face, that they aren't aware that you'll be prosecuted because that's violence, you know. Unless maybe you're under a certain section. But definitely not section 5. Anyway, but so I come home and I ignore this guy and I think, didn't give me an explanation why, what, whip. And I waited to hear from my GP for their instruction. Anyway, months went by, more months went by, and I heard nothing. So Kaz had gone back to her dose and was, plodding on as usual. Anyway, so then all of a sudden I get this letter saying, "Well, I'm going to reduce you." Anyway, my GP ain't too bad, but she's a village doctor, and I believe that maybe her experience is minimal. But we'll work it out. But the thing is, I'd searched because I was so scared of what was going to happen. Believe you me, I've come off some rough stuff, and that's different videos. How-tos and how to get it right, because it's hard. Certain things like drugs, or many years ago, but anyway, it's another story. I've only got so many, and I'm not really getting to what I wanted to say. But you have to bet this morning, and I heard at 8 o'clock in the morning. It's not time. I really should have. But it's set up and there's nothing in there, so I've got to get going. Anyway, so I found a guy on here. But he was talking about after the fact. He remembers the awfulness and still suffers a certain amount of it, yeah? 18 months later after being off it completely. So I thought, actually, people need to know how it feels as you go through. And first of all, my doctor made a mistake. Instead of taking 2 milligram off, a 30 milligram, which would have been 28, yeah? Even I had 27 in my mind. She took 7. Within 2 days, I was hospitalised. By gum. Pain. I did get the A&E doctor lady to say, lovely Muslim lady, just say, it's absolutely, we've checked, it's nothing to do with infection. And I told her, that I'd had this reduction in my benzos, and I asked if that could have any factor. And doctors do not like to slag each other off at all, Even with a gun to the head, they still won't, which is, good in one way, not in another. But she did say, possibly it could, Or possibly, it was nothing else, it was bloody that. By the time I got home, I don't know if A&E, fax or email, or there's 4 different ways they send it. Clinically this, and and then it's sent in an email, 4 different ways. So it's definitely, when they say we haven't received it, Mrs. Blah blah or whatever. Excuse me, I know you have, because there's no way you could lose it 4 different ways. Well, yes, they can at my doctors. Anyway, please don't fuck on my brain. Stop it. So, what I would like to do. Anyway, I came home from that. A local. My doctors got in touch with me straight away before I even was going to get in touch with them. Or my medical advocate would have, because, I hate it. Hate speaking to them. The receptionists and that. There's some right Hitlers down there, I tell you. Anyway, yeah. Oh, hang on a minute. Snoopy needs a wipe. Oh, please stop it. No, leave me alone. It's nothing. I could wet dog, man. Anyway, so that mistake hurt me. So I came home. The local doctor put 5 milligram back into my prescription straight away, taking me to the right dose. I think, is that right? 33, yeah, 28. Bang on, right? Within 2 days of that, guess what? I start to feel better. Oh, blowing hell, legs. Give me a break. Excuse me. It's time I get a bit comfier. Nervous system's coming alive and it's going, ah! Anyway, so in my opinion, and I'm not being biased, because you get used to me and vowels and certain words. You just have to be patient. Maybe at the other end you'll be saying it for me and I'll be like, that's strokes and a bit fibre, I think. Anyway, so that was improved massively. But anyway, on from that, the doctor said, imagine this, after all these years, you've got no choice in the matter. I'll be reducing you 2 milligram per month, bang, 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 to 0. Not giving you anything. And we found out, actually, only the past couple of weeks, that what they're going to offer you instead isn't like, I don't know, an unaddictive, no dementia pill to help with relaxing muscles or anxiety, besides amitriptyline. That they're going to offer you behavioural therapy, which personally I cannot have, because if you've had certain traumas in your childhood, you're too vulnerable for that kind of therapy. And anyway, it's a load of... I've done so many different things. Some of them are such a waste of time. I could do a better counselling session and groups than some of the things I've gone into, but I'm not allowed to do cognitive behavioural therapy. And I haven't spoken to many people going, oh yeah, it really worked for me. And I did exercise and I worked and I did this, and wow, life's wonderful and blooming, and I'm happy ever after. That's all that's going to be available. Not like a one-on-one therapist all my life. And like I said in the beginning, the mental health, are you joking me? You'd have to put the infrastructure in there for that to be achieved. But what I want to achieve on this level, because I'm watching the clock, and I know it's going to cut us off, and I know it's been a bit of a dribble, but give a girl a break. It is morning. I only had my coffee. And I am Snoopy the snotty nose. My pills aren't quite kicked in, and I've got to go and do the birds. I want to show you, because when I had the first wave hit of inner reduction, that I felt like I was no longer me. and I'm very frugal and careful with money. I'm aware of my first prognosis of death. I was told it was in 2009, so I'm very aware of that. I have children, and that I would, like to leave them something, no matter what your relationship is, healthy, unhealthy, whatever it is at the time, that they know your blood, sweat, and tears to make that money for them to go and spend it on whatever they like, waste it, or keep it. Like, I did a tiny bit my mum gave me, sitting in the bank, and I would not spend one penny of that on something that couldn't be forever, eternal somewhere. I don't know. But anyway, so my aim is to show you that first wave. I lost myself. Someone under 22 years to know me could not even go back before I would be like a tiger ready to kill. And he took it because he knew otherwise, the door would be shut between us, as in friends or in each other's lives. And as much as, that was stressful, we both needed it to be in each other's lives. Him, a safer memory, and I go, do you remember that? And he goes, no. And I go, well, didn't you write it down? Anyway, so my aim isn't today to tell you exactly how I feel, although I think this picture kind of tells you. I've been doing this hairdo for about 2 weeks, but I did have an injury. I've had an injury, since December I've had two. Anyway, but we will go into all kinds of things like that. But I aim to show you benzodiazepine, its rawness, all through reduction. I'm at, what am I at now? Hang on. 4 and 3. 4 5s is 20. And a 2 mil and a 1 mil broken off because the colour. That's 3. I'm 23. I got down to 23. No way. Yeah. So, yeah. So we're starting from 23 milligram. But actually, when they took me to this from the 25 to this milligram, wasn't the word. And it's literally like a wave, but imagine it from hell. So I'm going to leave it there for now, and I'm just going to start this off and see how to work this thing. And I think I managed not to swear, because I can be a bit of a potty mouth, and it's not because I've got no manners and I cannot talk properly and be polite. It's because sometimes you're in so much pain that all you can do to let that frustration out is bark like a dog or swear like, I don't know. Anyway, hello. If you like my video, give it a like. If you dislike it, give it a thumbs down. If you would like to subscribe and see what comes on in the future, you're very welcome. All of you, I think it's Friday, yeah. Have a blessed weekend. And I'll see you soon. Take care, world. Bye. Pause. Come on, they're in it. Don't know, it's just circles.